Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's Monday, March 20th, 2017. I'm coming to you from deep in the heart of Texas, Austin, broadcasting worldwide. I'm Alex Jones with my amazing crew and, of course, the wonderful listeners and viewers who are the heart of the rebellion against globalism that is sweeping the planet. But the elites are striking back against our nationalist president, who's already put $3 trillion in the stock market thanks to the confidence he's created and had the best small jobs and small business recovery since 1984, has destroyed the TPP, their global government pyramid capstone, and they are in full piranha swarm attack mode. Gallup is back to fake polls. They have key demographics, key phone numbers they can call, where they can produce any numbers they want. Does anybody believe that Trump has fallen from 56 down to 37 in a national poll? No. They've waited a few months, still oversampling Democrats and others. Then they call up with leading questions and make the president look bad, trying to stall him. Just like I told you the polls were fake during the election, and exactly what I told you turned out to be accurate because it's well known. I talked to people in the polling industry. I talked to the highest levels of the government. I talked to high-level Republicans, Democrats, you name it. We've never seen such unified fraud in an election by the pollsters, but that's what happened here. We've seen a lot of corruption, but it's unprecedented. So they're back just with a full press attack, trying to create the illusion that Trump's on the rocks, trying to create a bandwagon effect. And Mr. President, I know you were busy trying to turn the economy back on and save the republic and trying to rebuild our nation's borders and defenses. And you've done an incredible job at 60 days in. But Mr. President, you're under full soft coup attack. I, of course, coined that term in the modern parlance. Limbaugh's picked up on that because that's what it is. There is an ongoing opposition party, globalist media collaborator combine that is openly probing the White House defenses, that is openly getting the blueprints to Trump Tower, that is openly training to smuggle bombs in. That's been confirmed today. We're going to be covering that. You have to go on the offense. You have to go on the offense now. You can't take Congress to play, to bowl at the White House. You can't be nice to everybody and just say, can't we have American prosperity again and just try to be normal? These are scum. They don't want to place the table. They want to destroy the country. They're parasites. They're trash. They're control freaks. And you've got to go on the offense about Hillary and the Democrats who have been openly on the communist Chinese payroll. I know a lot of Republicans have. Burn them all. You haven't. You're aware of the takeover. The intelligence agencies are. The country's hanging by a thread before the election and still is. And everybody's gone to sleep. I kept telling you day one, the war just started. This country is in incredibly dire straits. So is the world. Kim Jong-un has said he will turn the U.S. into ashes. Said if one shot gets fired, he's going to nuke Seoul, South Korea, Tokyo, Japan, and claims he can hit the United States. And, of course, Tillerson, with the talk of this already last week, now it's intensified, said, okay, we may have to first strike if we start loading atomic weapons onto those missiles. And the videos that they put of him, Kim Jong-un, this total wimp, all walking tough with all his generals behind him when he's a total parasite, the definition of pathetic evil. The absolute definition of a cult, a country run by a psycho cult of loons, feeding on their poor people. This is government worship at its most disgusting, at its peak. Roger Stone's joining us for the next 5-10 minutes. He had to leave his home and go to his studio. He was mobbed by reporters trying to get out of his house, didn't talk to him. And he's going to his office studios to give us the exclusive. The Senate committee this morning, over and over again, Roger Stone, connections to Russia, Roger Stone. He's been hit with polonium. He got T-boned by a car in a hit and run last week, hitting right in the door where he was on the passenger side. It's now been covered by mainstream media. They don't want him alive. They want to just demonize him. We've got Comey refusing to answer questions about Roger Stone and Russia's possible ties. Now, let's continue here. Here is the letter that he got, the exclusive committee letter that you hear about in the news, where they're saying that Stone needs to keep all Russia-related material. So he's going to give us that exclusively here. We're going to break it down coming up as soon as he joins us. But this is truly an incredible time to be alive. Now, let's get to the story that is only on drudgereport.com and Infowars.com. There's an absolute news blackout on this. You've got these agencies that are illegally spying on the American people for decades, intensifying it, major corporations like Google, probably beyond the NSA spying, driving around with their mobile cars, breaking into people's wireless and stealing their passcodes. That's all come out in the news. Robot cars driving around with camera snorkels, scanning your house, but also grabbing your passwords and breaking into your computer. This is the mega massive level of garbage that we're talking about. Now, as you can see, we're getting Roger Stone hooked up on Skype right now, but I want to get a clearer image. We should probably try to reconnect with him. This is a war, folks. This isn't radio. This isn't TV. This is the defense of the Republic, point blank against the globalist. We all need your prayers. We need your support. You notice we're in the focal point. I'm in these NSA documents being surveilled. My private office is being surveilled. Trump Tower is being surveilled. The only place you're going to see it is Infowars.com and DrudgeReport.com. The only place with the courage to cover these documents. NSA documents prove surveillance of Donald Trump and his family. Bombshell discovery shows targets of NSA Project Dragnet. Almost everything I talk about is in the news within hours. Media Matters within hours. Democratic Party funded within hours. Their institutions are after us. This came out yesterday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Zero coverage as of showtime 15 minutes ago, as of broadcast kickoff. Zero. We have the documents. This comes from a federal court cases. And this is what Arpaio and detectives have been working on, and they gave this to the feds years ago from their own investigation, and a Snowden-like whistleblower that came to them with, of course, the founder of Judicial Watch, Larry Klayman. And that's also, the only other place to be having any of this is Newsmax. They've got a report on Klayman's investigation. I forgot to have you guys print that for me, with this whistleblower, but not these particular documents. But this is so big. But what's bigger is the total silence as they figure out how to spin this, how they as they figure out how to lie about this, if they have to. If they have to. They're hoping that everybody just ignores it and ignores DrudgeReport.com and Infowars.com, and they're hoping that everybody's so compartmentalized and so tribal, like Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity or anybody else, that they don't go cover this. Just like they hope with the Mayak report, where the feds were trying to go after the veterans and gun owners. No, that was a real report. They had to admit it, but it took over a week. This has to come out today while Comey is up there in front of the Intelligence Committee in the Senate. And they're talking about Roger Stone, and he 3 times refuses to not say, we're going to play this coming up after Roger leaves us. 3 times they refuse to say whether Stone is a person of interest as a Russian agent or not. Total bull. Even though the Senate committee and the House committee have also come out and said, so far, no evidence. But they keep repeating the lie and then saying no evidence of Trump being spied on, even though the New York Times admitted it 4 times. I'd said 3. It was 4 times the week of January 20th, saying specifically they were spying on him.
Talk show host is Alex Jones. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
Deeply, I think, racist.
I just got called racist by MSNBC.
I don't want that man to have a gun.
1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
The Alex Jones Show. Watch the free stream live at Infowars.com/show.